Greetings. Today we are going to discuss about international business, its dimensions and participants. The nature of international business basically refers to any transactions, any economic transactions or any economic activities that involves cross-border engagement can fall under the purview of international business. All value-adding activities including sourcing, manufacturing, marketing and service generation and delivery that involves cross-border transactions can be considered as international business. International trade can include products, services, capital, technology, know-how, and labor. Firms internationalize through various entry strategies such as exporting, foreign direct investment, joint ventures, etc. Now, how the domestic business differs from international business? There are a few differences. In terms of jurisdiction, domestic business is conducted within the boundary of a country, whereas international business involves multi-country transactions. In terms of currency, domestic business is conducted using single currency, but international business involves foreign currencies. Quality. Typically, international business maintains global standards of its products and services, whereas domestic business typically is required to maintain domestic standards for its goods and services. Cultural, political, and legal structures. It is typically enough for domestic businesses to adhere to domestic cultures, whereas international business needs to successfully navigate through various countries' cultures, languages, political and legal systems, etc., to be effective and sustainable. What are some of the similarities between domestic businesses and international businesses? Well, both can be for profit or not for profit in nature and in organization. Both type of businesses face agency problem. Both the domestic business and international business may experience agency problem, that is, owners may have to rely on professional managers to conduct day-to-day operations. Efficiency and equity dilemma. Both domestic business and international business are subject to efficiency versus equity trade-off dilemma. Compliance of various international charters and regulations. Increasing number of member countries in the world, uh, member of the United Nations. Increasing number of countries have signed various international charters sponsored by United Nations and affiliated intergovernmental agencies. So those international charters are now being complied by those signatory countries. So whether that countries businesses are domestic or global or international, they all are required to adhere to those international charters and regulations. Who are the stakeholders or major participants in the international business? Major participants are multinational enterprises or MNEs. An MNE is a large company with substantial resources that performs various business activities through a network of subsidiaries and affiliates located across countries. Example of MNE include Nestle, Caterpillar, Samsung, Unilever, Vodafone, Disney, etc. Small and medium-sized enterprise or SME. An SME typically is a company with 500 or fewer employees, comprising over 90% of all firms in the world belong to this category. SMEs are increasingly engaging more and more in international business. Born global firms. A young entrepreneurial SME that undertakes substantial international business at or near its founding. So the small or medium firm that are founded and quickly going global, those can be branded as born global firms. Other entities can also be major participants in the international business. Domestic and international for-profit and not-for-profit organizations and the national governments participating in international bids or tenders, or nationally owned public enterprises soliciting international bids or tenders are essentially also participating in international trade. So the foreign NGOs or global NGOs as well as the public enterprises who are participating in international bidding process or international tender, they are also participants of international business. Some dimensions of international business, dimensions or elements of international business. One is international trade. Of course, trade is a big component of international business, trade of merchandise, trade of goods and services. Another dimension is globalization of markets. Markets are getting more integrated than ever before globally, but still there could be some fragmented parts that are not integrated in the global system, and there could be few countries that may not yet be member of World Trade Organization, but the number is increasing and the global integration of markets continue. International investment. So international investment basically is a transfer of asset in the cross border, right? Basically, that's what it refers to. It refers to transfer of assets to another country or acquisition of asset in another country, right? Or you can also call it transfer or acquisition of productive resources such as land, labor, entrepreneurial talents, technology, etc. Another element of international business is international investment. So there could be foreign direct investment, or there could be joint venture, there could be international franchising, etc. are popular international investment strategies. And then international business risks are out there, right? When you are going trans-border, subjecting the organization to international rules, that countries, host countries, legal environment, political environment, or cultural situation, etc. Depending on those sources, international business risks are mainly of four categories: country risk, currency or financial risk, commercial risk, and cross-cultural risks. And then another dimension is called the participants. So what are the nature of participants? Is the most of the participants are larger firms like MNEs, or most of them are small and medium enterprises, SMEs? Depending on this composition of participants, that dynamics can be influenced, right? The international business dynamics can be influenced.